Alright guys, while I'm getting the fire ready for cooking, and dig out some stuff in my pack here. Wanted to kind of share with you guys a traditional meal from way back home across the pond. I mean, I was born in the US, but my roots are Portuguese. I'm from St. Michael in Portugal, at least my family is. Rabo de Peixe is the town, which means tail of the fish. So I'm going to cook up a traditional soup, Portuguese style, of course, and at least a couple of the ingredients ain't going to be available to most of you. Alright, so all I have here is a tinware set I bought actually for the Nessmuk series. I'm going to break it out early, get to using it. This is a pretty big, I think this is 5-quart pot right here. A little bit big to be carrying, but it's tin, so it's fairly light. In another video we'll run through my kit. The Nessmuk kit that I picked up, pretty much I'm going to use throughout the Mountain Man series. There's going to be a lot of intermixing, you know, some 18th century style kit with some modern stuff, so I guess that leaves us with 21st century long hunter type stuff. But this is a pretty nice tinware set. So it's got the big 5-quart, I believe it is. It's got another one that all nest right inside of each other. Obviously another one in that. Yet another one inside of that. If I can get it out of there. And then finally a little tin cup with some handles, and I just stuffed a piece of muslin down in there for cleaning out things later on. So again, pretty nice little kit. So we'll go ahead and use that today. Once we get the fire going, we'll run through prepping this meal, this Portuguese soup, also known in a lot of Portuguese restaurants around the area. It's very, very common, like I said, very traditional, so it's almost a staple, you know, with a good Portuguese roll of some sort. So on the menu in most restaurants around, it's known as soup do dia, which is a soup of the day. So I'm going to pack this stuff back up, work on the fire a little bit. We'll break out the ingredients to the soup, and I'll get back to it. A couple ingredients. The first one I got here in a baggie is just some chopped kale. Ideally, you want that stuff fresh. I didn't grow any in my garden this year, and when I went to the market to pick up the meat, they were fresh out of it, so kind of SOL on that one. But you can pick up the ones in the freezer in the bag that's already chopped. Again, it's not ideal, but it'll work in a pinch. In the other baggie, I just got a couple potatoes, some chopped up carrots. I just made this exact meal a couple nights ago for the whole family, so I bought a little bit of extra to share with you guys. A couple other things I'm missing for this is some kidney beans and some vinegar. Now, depending on how big a pot you use, depending on how much vinegar you're going to put in there, I made probably 5 whole quarts of this stuff for the whole family, and I put in probably 3 to 4 tablespoons of vinegar in that. So this would just need, you know, a tablespoon. Again, or so. You'd have fresh kale, and again, you want the fresh kale really, ideally, because you want to leach all that flavor out into the broth of the soup eventually. Kidney beans, potatoes, which we're going to peel and chop up, some carrots, and then the 2 staples to all of this, which is what I was talking about when I said most of you probably won't be able to get this stuff. Very common up here in the Northeast, a lot of Portuguese people around, more so Fall River, Mass, Dartmouth, Mass, New Bedford, Taunton, where I'm from, had quite a bit as well. There are some up where I'm at now, up on the North Shore. Peabody has quite a bit. They have a couple restaurants and bakeries and stuff. But one of them, and this is a real popular brand, we can pick it up in grocery stores around here, but it's Gasper's. And this is, it looks like it's pronounced Chourico. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Chourico is another way it's pronounced. A lot of Portuguese people leave the O's off the end and just call it chouriço. So very, very good. And all it is a Portuguese sausage. Pork with spices in it, already smoked. Chouriço is basically just like a hot dog. Same look, same shape, it's just a bit fatter. And again, it's a smoked pork with some key spices that Portuguese people don't like to give the ingredients to. But the other one is Linguica. This happens to be by Gasper, same company that makes it. Ideally, it's the same thing. It's a smoked pork sausage again. Same type of spices. Very little difference. The chouriço is going to be a bit more mild, spicy. The Linguica, not so much on the spicy side, but it's phenomenal in flavor just as well. You can do many things with this stuff. You can fry them right in a skillet, throw them on a hot dog bun or a hamburger bun, some mustard or something, that's delicious. Obviously you can put them in all kinds of soups, stews, boiled dinner, it works really well. So that's about it, guys. All I gotta do is throw some water in the pot we're gonna use, throw some of this stuff in there. The meat, like I said, is smoked, it's already cooked, so really you're waiting on the rest of the stuff to cook up, but it's just as well to throw it all in there together and let it cook. It's kind of along the lines of pasta sauce. The longer you cook that stuff, the better off it is and the better it tastes, even more so as leftovers the next day. So let me get some water, start throwing this stuff together, and we'll get back. So get some water in here. I'll go ahead and just take my kale, dump that right in there. Again, the vinegar's not a necessity, you don't have to put that in there. I like to just because it kicks it up a notch, you know. Throw the carrots in there, and then we can work on the potatoes. Actually, I'll probably throw the meat in there, then work on the potatoes. So I got enough to feed a couple people here. Heavy on the meat side of things. Get a close up of that. So that's the chouriço. Man, that's awesome. Break out the linguiça. I don't think I'm going to use the whole linguiça, because the pot's already getting full, but take that home, probably fry it up. A good way to thicken up your soup. Probably most of you know that's no secret. Doesn't fit only this soup. You know, once you get this to boil and then potatoes start softening up, if you get enough of them in there, you can start mashing some of them up and make that broth a little thicker than, you know, water consistency. Alright, let's get something set up. Knock this fire down a little bit. We don't want the tinware right in the super hot flame, at least all the way. So we'll knock that down a little bit, set something up, hang our pot. Get to cooking this thing, man. Alright guys, so we knocked all that down. Still got some flame towards the back, but that's alright. I just set the pot up on top of the 2 pieces of wood. Got some hot coals underneath it. So there's some airflow underneath. We'll see how it goes. Just about done, boys. Another couple minutes. Pull that off there, let it cool down. Whew. Nice hearty meal right there, guys. A little bit of tea to go along with it. Alright boys, time to eat. Probably enough for 2-3 people here anyways. Oh, hot. Wow. Give you guys a close-up of this. Not sure I did that from the beginning, but you can see how it looks like it's a piece of linguica. It's not so fat. Like I said, the chorizo is a little bit fatter, but it darkens right up. A dark red. Man, that's some good, boy. Wow. Bit of kale. Ain't got no bread with me, but I'm telling you, nice Portuguese style roll, some butter on that. Oh. Well, appreciate you guys joining me for supper tonight. Again, Portuguese soup, kale soup, pretty similar. If you guys look that up online or whatever, research the recipe, there's plenty out there. a lot of things have changed over the years and integrated ethnically. So tons of ways to make it, but traditional Portuguese fashion is exactly what I explained to you in the beginning. So again, thanks for joining me for supper. A little soup do dia, some Portuguese soup. I'll get you ready for bed.